I wonder if Carly's out there right now. And she's like, I'd be in pre-algebra right now. I was in school. So she goes on.
Why not?
She just happens to
We can
think
stop it right now.
ACS homeschool.
It's not what I think.
Nobody
She could be
goes
watching
on-
class.
no, nobody
Somebody,
watches
but
the
wait a
videos.
minute. Somebody anywhere in the world right now could be watching our class.
Why?
No,
Why would
They
you?
could be getting free
because
classes.
the videos weren't working. So the only way I can make it work.
Why don't you just block everybody else?
Wow. Thanks, Jacob.
You have to be in school and I get to be first.
But the
Friday was easy.
there's supposed to be an update to the software because I think I might have told you what's happening with our video, with our new really cool camera. When it goes to download the video, those of you that are tech people,
It's like 3
4 gigs.
Yeah.
What?
4 gigs.
For a half an hour video, right?
That's a lot.
That's not a joke.
That's a ton.
So it takes like a half an hour for it to even
Like upload.
upload.
games falling in there.
Yeah.
Crazy. So they're supposed to be getting, anyway, because they were using.
That'll eat up
just a
your
regular-
storage really
Yeah.
fast if you don't have like a computer, especially like with that laptop.
Okay, finishing up, I hope 2 through 5.
Happy birthday.
Nerd. Actually, I think every Tuesday.
Yes, sir, Ryan. Okay, we should not be talking. Thank you for being quiet, so Ryan can ask his question. Go ahead.
I don't understand 4.
4, well, guess what? We will help you understand 4 as soon as we're done with 2, 3. Here we go. 1/2 plus 1/3. Back to. Start. What's my common denominator? My least common multiple is 6, so my least common denominator is 6. I don't know how you want me to do this. Do you want me to rewrite it vertically? Is that how you always do it? Because I can do it in my head horizontally, but I'm going to rewrite it vertically just to make sure that I can show all the steps. So if both of these are going to be turned into sixths, what's 1/2? How many sixths? 3 sixths. Had to multiply this by 3, so I got to multiply that by 3. What's 1/3? How many sixths? 2 sixths. What's 3 plus 2? Keep the denominator. 5 6. Everybody cool with number 2? Number 3. 4 and 5/8 minus 2 2/3. I'll rewrite it. Is it 2 2/3? Okay. In order to add or subtract fractions, you got to have the same denominator. And I don't even have, right now I got 2 mixed numbers. There's a couple ways I can go about this, but I'm just going to stick with the fractions, okay? I got an 8 and a 3. What's my least common denominator? My least common multiple? Yes, 24. I could have gotten that by the old arithmetic way of writing out my multiples. 8, 16, 24. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. First one I come to is 24. Or I could use my new tool in my mathematical toolbox that I learned a couple weeks ago, prime factorization, taking the 8 and the 3 down to its prime factors, 2 to the 3rd power times 3. Because my prime factors of 8 would be 2 times 2 times 2. Got to use 2 to its highest power, 2 to the 3rd. Got to use 3. So 8 times 3. Again, it ends up being multiply the 2 together. That works. You will always find a common denominator by multiplying the 2 denominators. That will always work. But you always want to do it so you find the least common, so then you won't have to reduce as much. So these are both going to turn into 24ths. What's 5/8 when you make it into 24ths? Colin makes 5 out of 8 free throws. Josh makes 15 out of 24. Who's better?
Josh, because he's able to get fouled more.
Who shot a better? Who shoots better? Based on that, neither one. They're the same. 2/3 is how many 24ths? Following? 16, gotta multiply them both by 8. Now, snag, please stop the chatter. Shh. Oh. I hit a snag because I can't do 15 minus 16. How do I rectify that? How do I make it so that I can subtract 15 minus 16? In subtraction, whenever we face this problem, what do we do? It starts with a B?
Borrowing.
Borrow. So I gotta take, I'm borrowing how much?
1.
How do I write 1 in a way it's gonna help me solve this problem? 24, 25. So now up top, I have 39 24ths. Down here, I have 16 24ths. What's 39 minus 16? 23 24ths. And what's 3 minus 2?
1.
Questions? Something you need me to do again?
Can you just do that problem again?
Just do that problem again? Okay, ready? I can't subtract the fractions because they don't have the same denominator. Please stop. Because they don't have the same denominator. I got to give them a common denominator. Stop me where you get fuzzy. So you understand 24 is the common denominator. You understand that 5/8 is the same as 15 24ths. You understand that 2/3 is the same as 16 24ths. Multiply them both by 8, right?
Yeah.
Do you understand that you can't do 15 minus 16? We end up with a negative, right? So in order to make that right, just like if you had to do, can't take 7 from 6, so you got to borrow, make that, remember those days? So in order to borrow, I got to borrow 1, so the 4 becomes a 3. Well, I could put plus 1 out here, but that doesn't help me because I need to subtract fractions. So how else could I write 1? I could write 3 over 3. That doesn't help me. 24 over 24 helps me. You with me? So I had 15 24ths up here. Now I have plus 1, 39 24ths. You see? Will you get it now? Because I borrowed 1, so I took that 1 and added it on to the end here. Okay, now 39 minus 16 is 23. 3 minus 2 is 1. Sure?
Yeah.
Okay, number 4. 2x over 7 minus x over 2. 2x. 7 minus x. Did I write it correctly? Questioning my memory. Is that number 4?
Number 4 is 2x over 7 minus.
Okay. Can I subtract these fractions as they are?
No.
JV. They don't have the same name or denominator. So I got to give them a common denominator. What's it going to be? In this case, it's going to work out again. Multiply the 2 denominators. How did I go from 7 to 14? I multiplied by
2.
what's 2x times 2? 4x. They're not like terms. That means you can't add or subtract them. But you can multiply 2x times 2. Okay? Maybe that's a little confusing still. The rules for adding and subtracting unlike terms can't do it. You can't add an x plus a y and say it's 2y. It doesn't make any sense. You can't add x plus 2 and say you have 2x. No, you don't. But you could take x and multiply it by 2 and have 2x. You could take 2x and multiply 2 and have 4x. You with me? So when it comes, you can multiply and they don't have to be like terms. So 2x times 2 is 4x. How'd you get from 2 to 14? You had to multiply by 7. So what's 7x? So now you got 4x minus 7x. 4x minus 7x.
Borrow, right?
over 14 negative 3x over 14. What do you borrow? How's it negative? Because 4x minus 7x is negative 3. Because you now, when you're adding and subtracting, they're like terms, so you can combine them. 4x minus 7x. That one we did from yesterday or from last Friday or Thursday, whatever that was, the 2z or the 2 minus whatever it was z, we couldn't combine them because they weren't like terms. Here we can. 4x minus 7x is negative 3x. Questions?
No.
Comments?
Concerns.
Number
Compliments.
6. 4 over x plus 1/9.
You mean 5?
I'm sorry, 5. Common denominator, 9x. 36 over 9x. X over 9x. 36. Can I combine the 36 and the x and make it 36x? No. So it's x plus 36 over 9x. Yeah.
How'd you get X on the bottom half? Like,
This?
yeah.
Because in order to get to 9x, I had to multiply 9 by x. Which one times x?
Oh, okay.
You sure? So now I can't combine these two. Whether you wrote 36 plus x or x plus 36 doesn't matter, does it? Because addition is commutative. So I prefer to write it with the x term first. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Would it be considered wrong if I put 36 plus 1x because it's still the same thing?
No, it wouldn't be considered wrong, but it would be considered
Weird.
dorky. No, I'm just kidding.
Dorky? That's perfect for you, Colin.
Call it. No. It's awkward because you can only create confusion by putting a 1 in front of the x. You understand? You'd only be creating someone thinking, is that a 7 or, you know what I'm saying? So you don't put the 1 in front of the x. Number 6, whether you wrote 36 plus x or x plus 36 doesn't matter. All right, number 6. You're building a stone wall. It's 13 feet long. You build 4 1/3 feet of wall on Monday, 5 3/4 on Tuesday. How much do you have left? Everybody understands that to figure that out, you would have to go 4 1/3 plus 5 3/4, add those together, and subtract from 13. Everybody know that? Okay, so we can go on. Your homework is 7 through 18.
Oh, thank you.
And then we'll actually start tomorrow tackling the word problems together, 7 through 18. Yeah. Yes. Rewrite them vertically.
Is it necessary?
It's
Unless you got it wrong.
yeah. So Carly, if you're out there, that's amazing. But Carly, if you're out there later today, after I send you the message to go on
That's still pretty amazing.
HCS homeschool, that'd still be amazing, Micah says, that you would actually watch.
I didn't watch it. I think I was sick one day. I didn't watch it.
Allison says that would not be amazing. That's the right thing to do. Carly, you better do it.
So, Mr. Franken, how was your snow day?
I'm still sore.
I'm struggling.
Snow blowing? I shovel.
That's why I said.
Oh, I thought you said snow blowing.
Shoveling.
I heard snow.